Welcome back everyone to Kingdoms and Castles, and I've just seen something I've never seen before. We've just killed a dragon and there's a plus 20, excited about the recent dragon kill. So it's nice to see another positive in here that's kind of outside of the ordinary, and when I say ordinary I mean like the churches, the marketplaces and stuff. There was also I think a plus 5 for scaring a dragon away, so it's quite cool actually. So I'm glad you're kind of getting bonuses for that, because I know you always get a negative bonus. I shouldn't really call it a bonus really, should I? But it always happens that when you get attacked by Vikings, even if they don't take anyone. So yeah, but anyway, we're going to continue where we left off, and we're going to start talking about some of the other things. Okay, so in the last episode, I was kind of going through some of the various things in the game and trying to explain them. Haha, that's kind of fun. So I'm going to continue where I left off. There's some other things that I hadn't gone through. So I've built a large granary. I didn't need to do that in the last episode. As you can see, I've got the 3 smaller ones just kind of here, and we have the market. But I want to start expanding this way a little bit. It's very good land for farming, but we don't really need the food. But we're also kind of running out of space in this area for houses. I can build some here, but I'm looking at mines and probably some farming land in here. You have to be very conscious though about where your markets are and where your granaries are, because this one market isn't going to serve this area too well. It's going to struggle as we kind of move along. So I will more than likely remove this well and have another market here, but they've still got to walk all the way across to the closest granary and bring the food. So yeah, you have to bear that in mind. Now, we will have some farms here, so it will probably be okay. They're just kind of, I see the market as kind of a little bit of a go-between between a granary and a house. They can go straight from the house to the granary, but let's just assume this one's empty. If someone from here wanted food, they would have to walk to the next closest one, which may be here. However, the market is going to go and get that food for them, so they don't have to go as far. But it's not a perfect system. I don't know if they're going to tweak it anymore, but you still need the granary within a decent distance of the market, otherwise it's not going to work. So if I put a market here, the time it takes the person to come across, get the food from here and run back, they're never going to keep up. The demand will be too high. So it's just something to bear in mind when you're kind of planning things. The markets are good, but the placement of them is kind of really crucial. That's what I think. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but that's just my opinion. Also, you see, we've got some issues with food now. So it's this house where people are currently starving. I do believe Pete said that he's looking at a system where you can click on someone and it will tell you where they live. So like this person is out here starving, but I don't know which house it is, which is the problem. This one's got food, so it wasn't that house, but it'll allow you to know which house it is, and therefore it should help you decide where you need more markets and things, which I think is quite cool. So we've gone to build the cottage as well. Now realistically, I can replace these with cottages, and I would suggest if you're at a point where your food is quite high and you're surviving quite well, I would suggest upgrading them. In fact, if you have the room, I would say put the manor houses in, because you're going to get more people in the smaller space, which is important if you want the population anyway. So there is that. Houses and cottages, or should I say hovels, cottages and manors, are all the same. They just hold different amounts of people. So there's 5 in the hovel and 12 in here. So if you think about it, that takes 2 squares. This takes 1. So you get an extra 2 people for the same space. It's not ridiculous amounts more, but an extra 2 people makes a big difference. Speaking of which, I need to put some people back in here because I switched it off. Did we just lose a building? I think we did. Yes, we did. Here we go. Quarry rumble. They changed the sound effect for that. So the sound effect you just heard then when I destroyed the rubble, that was the same noise you had for when something burns down. But they've changed it to a slightly different noise. So it's taken a little bit of getting used to for myself. Okay, so they're working on that. We haven't got any idle people at the moment. And as you can see, I've started to build a little bit of a wall around here. Now, it is close to what we're doing, but I want to try and protect this area initially. So I'm going to build some walls around here and just protect this initial settlement while we're expanding, because what I don't want is the attacks are going to get more difficult as I have more population. So I want to try and protect what I currently have as we're expanding. Once I kind of fill this area up or come to the point where I'm going to do it, I could just build the wall here, then remove this one. I don't think, in my opinion, now that you get charged for having like archer towers and ballistas, I think it's going to become very costly if you've got archer towers and things in here when you don't need them. Because as you move out, you're not going to need them that far in. Maybe the odd one or two to deal with dragons, but you've got to really think of your gold. Now my gold is currently okay. I'm only taxing them 1 gold at the moment, so churches are too crowded. Yeah, it's a common thing. I'm going to have to put another one in. It'd be nice to know as well how many people it's servicing, because at the moment I don't know. It doesn't have a little thing in here saying it's 50% capacity or anything like that. It just lets you know it's full. End of. So hopefully that's something they will add. What else? So let's have a look. The pier. So I've built one under here, as you can see. And the good thing about the pier is it lets you build on water. They do take, it's not a lot of resources, but they take quite a while to build, because I think, is it a maximum of 5 people? It takes a long time for them to get the resources there, so it is kind of slow, but it does allow you to build on water, which is fantastic. Especially if you wanted to fill this entire area in and build houses on it. It's really, really useful. So what else have we got in here? I think I've explained everything in here. I have, yep. Food we've gone through, apart from the orchard, which I've not put, but I did say I have a bit of a fire here and somebody's really starving there. Orchards are good as a backup plan for when... Oh, we lost a house. Let's get rid of that, and I can continue talking because I can't concentrate on more than one thing. Yeah, it's good for when you have a bad season and you get flooded fields. So it's just kind of like a backup plan because they're not affected by floods, so they produce the same food year in, year out. Okay, what have we got in here that I've not gone through? So the mason is probably the only building I've not spoken about. We don't currently have one. They are good. In fact, I might actually build one. Let's have a look. It's a fair sized building. It's not huge. I might put it here, next to the church. Now what the mason does is when you have a damaged building, they will repair it. So a good example of that will be the walls, which you'll see when the ogres attack. On the assumption the ogre gets killed before he completely destroys the wall will show damage, but the mason will now come out and fix it. In the earlier alphas, it wouldn't happen. It would stay damaged and it would stay weak, which is kind of frustrating, so I'm really happy to see that. The problem is the ogres will one-shot most buildings, not all of them, but it is good because the dragons tend to fall down and damage buildings, and now they'll get repaired and stop them from being so weak. I don't know if they're going to add more to that. He won't replace a building when it burns down completely. But it'd be nice if there was an option to do it. To kind of like auto rebuild if you have the resources, but I don't know. I guess it's kind of swings and roundabouts. So in here we have not built everything here. We've built the Chamber of War, I think, haven't we? Which is that one. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, we built the throne room, which is this one. So we need the Chamber of War, which will allow us to have the ballista. So if we put that in now, I'm just going to chuck it, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily need to be right next to the castle, but... Oh god, so many fires. What, it's on fire there? Just the road? Or the ground? That's nuts, isn't it? And I'm pretty sure you can build these on top of walls. I've not tried it. You might need the perfect square for them to be on top of them, but... You can put this anyway. It doesn't need to be next to your castle, but I'm just going to chuck it here, because it doesn't bother me. And as you see, the castle got even bigger. Although it was a keep, but it is getting much, much bigger now. What have we got here? Unhappy, churches are too crowded. Yeah, that's fine. So now we can build the ballista. So the ballista is similar to the archer tower. The only difference is it's got a slower rate of fire, but it causes a lot more damage. Really good for dragons, really good for ogres, and it will kill Vikings in one shot anyway, whereas the archers take a few shots to kill them. So part of me would say you'd be better off just having ballistas everywhere. I mean, that's my opinion. You know, it's up to you how you feel about that. They are slower firing, but if you've got a few of them, they just tend to do a lot more damage. So in my opinion, archer towers are good, but I would only have a handful of them just to kind of start chipping away at the health of various things, and the ballistas will just come in and finish everything off. The Great Hall, I don't think it actually currently does anything. We may as well put it in. Can I just chuck it on the back here somewhere? And see, God, the castle got even bigger. I don't know if that gets... I don't know if that's bigger than it used to be. I feel like it is. I could be wrong. But it says you can eat food there. Now, I've not seen that take food. I don't know if they've changed it, so we'll wait for that to build and see what happens. Now, currently, we don't have a lot of stone. So I have 3 quarries. 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if this one has got people. It has. That has. And that has. So that one's got master workers. It hasn't got tools. Okay, they've all got master workers, so you're getting that 20% bonus. If they had tools, you're getting to 10%. So that's kind of useful, but for whatever reason, they're just not producing as much. And I think I have my iron mine switched off, so we'll put that back on because iron's running out. I now have 4 charcoal buildings. There's plenty of wood nearby, but they just don't seem to produce enough. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Maybe that stockpile would probably work better here, but they don't have to walk that far in all fairness. So what else have we got? How's this market doing? Oh, we have an attack. Well, that's keeping up with the food in this one, so I might try putting another market. I'll probably try and squeeze one in here. Where are you coming from? Of course, the complete opposite direction to where all my walls are. And probably the least amount of defense as well. This is going to be painful. We're going to lose all our decent farmers. And that... Oh, and they've got an ogre. Oh boy. And the music seems to cut out as I zoom out. Well, there's not much I can do, I don't think. I don't think we can build anything in town. We've not really got the stone to do it. And we need to change this because we're getting wood and stuff in here, which we don't want. Now, let's just speed this up. There we go. That is a lot of Vikings. Thankfully, they've all unloaded. I was going to say, I thought some had stayed behind. This is a lot. This is quite a serious attack. So as you can see, the archer towers, once they find their target, they do take them out pretty quickly, but you can see we're no match for the amount of Vikings. Even with the 2 of these shooting, they're just finding their way in. We've really got to focus on some walls, and then you've got the other Vikings. So there's 2 types. You've got these ones that's just come in and set fire to everything. Thank you, Mr. Ogre. And then you got the other ones that come and take your people. So here's the ogre in action. Yeah, he's one-shotting all those buildings. Now, if he gets taken out, and hopefully he does... Oh, wow, what did we lose there? My granary. Does that mean we lost the food? Yeah, we're having a bit of a food crisis. Let me pause the game. You can see this little fence that's come up around the tower. That is there to say that the mason will come and fix the building, but he won't do it, to my knowledge, while it's being attacked. So, yes. If the tower survives, we'll get to see it in action, but I don't think we will. Let me just put these back in, because he's took out 2 buildings so far, and I don't think they take more than 3 in one kind of attack. Was that not quite? That was a stockpile, wasn't it? I think. I should have checked before I removed it. Let's put it back in. And the granary. Yeah, we could have a potential food issue now, considering we were swimming in food not so long ago. Something like this can make a huge difference, especially when they take all your farmers. I'm hoping he gets... See, we have this little bit of a crack on the building you can see at the moment. He's probably going to take that out, because it's only these 2 towers hitting him. Oh no, he's died. Excellent. Now, I don't think you actually physically see the mason come and do it. The building is... Is it built? It is, and it has workers. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone comes over here to do it. Oh, there you go. Look, someone's bringing some stone to it. There we are. It doesn't tell me how much they need to have it fixed, but at least we can see it being worked. I guess the mason, I'm just waiting to see. Here we go. Are you a mason then? You are a journeyman mason. So you can physically see him do it. I've never really seen this build, the mason in action before. There we go. Completely repaired. Which is what we want. Food is ridiculously scary right now. But hopefully it's harvest time. It's a shame that granary is not ready, but most of these are empty currently. So we might have a bit of an issue with food for a while. So, happiness, churches are too crowded. I could, and excuse the noise because it gets awfully loud when we do one of these. I'm not too sure why it's that loud, but I do believe they are working on some of the sound effects and volumes and all those other things that go with it. I'm thinking to put you here. We're going to put a market there, and we'll just put a little road in here. And eventually I'll put an archway in here, much like this one. And we'll concentrate on some food out here. So that will then supply this market. But at the moment they're going to have to go and walk for it. I don't know if I'm going to panic about food or not just yet. We'll see how we go. I can hear a dragon. There it is. So I think what we should really focus on now is we need more wood. And we need more stone. Is he going to get wiped out? I'm hoping he does and he lands on a building just so you can see what happens. Oh, we've got a plague as well. Oh no, have we got him? Yeah, we've killed him. So that's going to give us some more happiness. Fantastic. So where would be the best place? Quarries there, potentially. We could put one here, but I think that forester is struggling. I don't think. Yeah. Because we've got the other one there. I think it's probably a good idea to remove this one. We've got him there. Can we put another forester somewhere else? If you put them too close, it doesn't really help. Suppose I could put one out there. But I'm thinking somewhere here might be quite good. Too far off. Yeah, I thought it might be. So if we get rid of you. And we'll bring you through here. And I think then what we'll do is we'll put another entrance here. Because they've built that as well, and let's use a little bit more of that lovely stone to get that in there as well. Let's speed things up. So we've covered this on most sides, but I can squeeze another one in there. I'm not too sure which one it would work, and when I say that I'm talking about quarries, just in case you didn't realise. Can't place one here, but you can have one here. There doesn't seem to be kind of a maximum amount of stone on here, but as long as you can get one directly next to it. So, quarry. So you put it here, it won't work. It has to be right next to it. But I think that's a fair thing to do there. I think that will work quite nicely. And we'll can't run a road off it. Let me get rid of that for a second. We might even build a large stockpile around here. So we have this one here for the stone there, and we're going to have 1, 2, 3 and a forester. I think what we will do, we'll chop some of these trees down. We'll clear this area a little bit. And I think we'll get a larger one in here, which means we might have to move these towers. But we've got to do what's right. So let me have a look here. I think that's a good spot, so we'll put you there. And we'll connect you up. So we've still got a few issues with plague. It's mostly starvation. And food hasn't caught up yet, but I'm not sure if all these people, yeah, journeyman, master. I think grandmaster is the highest. Yeah, there we go. So we lost a lot of our decent farmers, which is unfortunate. We got some spare people, so we can just run that along there. What have you got to say? Unhappy, food, and the dragon again. They're really happy about that. Right, so hopefully There we go. Most of this land is kind of barren as well, which is quite good. So I think if we take this one, we've got the road there. Don't want to put it too close to the forest. So where is the edge of there? So there would be a good spot. If it will allow me without the road, it will. So we'll do that. And I might even put in here, if I can find it, there we go, a well. Because these things will set on fire. We're probably going to need another hospital as well. I'll have to see how many spare people we've got. Food is pretty scary at the moment. Bingo, we've got that, and we can run the road. I don't want to put a road anywhere here because that means they can't plant the trees. I don't think they'll have that far to walk. I don't think there's any point me kind of messing with that too much. So that's quite good. But that means that one is slightly outside our wall. Although if I can't come along here with the wall. Oh, that's kind of stumped me there, hasn't it, a little bit? Problem is Vikings can walk over these rocks. I could... Well, that's going to be farmland. I could bring the wall to here, I suppose. And then come across here and around. I do really need to box it off. Now we're getting a little bit more stone. How are we for people? Okay, we have 10 spare people. That's not too bad. I think we'll bring that along here. Right on top of that lovely lush land. That would be quite useful. Is this market up and running? Yeah, see, it's not keeping up. And I knew that would happen. But they're bringing it in. Yeah, we completely have no food. What I think I might do is... oh, we've got no stone. Give it a couple of seconds. Fine, let's... Because they... Have we got no wood either? What happened there? Why is that not... That should let me keep placing it. I don't understand that. Oh, there we go. How weird was that? The game is having a funny moment and we'll put you in there. Hopefully that will be enough. Because the food crisis is real. People... There you go. Recent food shortage. So it does upset people. But as these guys kind of level up, but this is the importance about not losing your grandmaster farmers. This is what I was saying in the last episode. You've really got to protect them. Because you will regret it, without a shadow of a doubt. Right now, completely out of food. Although we're almost at this point of harvesting. There we go. This is going to help quite a lot. So what the... Oh, jeez. The thing I think I'm going to do is start to replace these houses with cottages. Although I'm tempted to put manor houses in these ones. And I'll put a cottage in the places where I can't get the manor houses. Some serious food problems. It's not what we want. And then we got the vertical takeoff seagulls there. So funny. I don't know if the bug has been fixed, but when you pause the game... The bird would still be flying. Not that I can see any, it's winter. Ah, right, this is built now. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not set up properly yet. I think that's probably going to be some kind of happiness building. We need more churches, yes. I know everyone's starving, thank you. Right, we've got 82 happiness. That's not too bad. Food is at 24. And we're almost at the point of harvesting. How are you guys doing? You're now grandmasters. You are. So that means I'm not going to get any more food out of you than what I'm about to get. Let's have a look. It's going up slowly. We're probably going to need a little bit more farmland than what I've actually given them. But yep, that didn't go very far at all. Plague has swept the land. Right, okay, we need another hospital. So let's do that first. And that's under town. Where's the one currently? That one's there. So we need one more over this side. Where can I put it that it's going to fit nice? So we're going to put a wall up here, aren't we? Let me think about this logically. This is going to be... Is this going to be inside or outside of the town? I'm not sure. Decisions. I think we'll put it here. I think we can make that work. And we'll come here. Like so. And then for the castle wall, I'm pretty sure the Vikings can walk through the walls. But we'll do it like that. And we'll put one there just to see. We've got you. They are rocks. Yeah. It doesn't need to be perfect. Not at this stage. Because as I say, I'm going to expand. But anything that slows them down is perfect. That's what we want. I think the next objective would be is to bring these up just a little bit. In fact, let's make them a little bit higher. I'm going to put ballistas on both of these. I'm hoping they come this way at some point. Not just yet. Not while we're still working on it. I don't think that'll be very useful to us. Food. Be interesting to see if we last until the next harvest. Obviously, these guys are probably journeyman. Oh, we got Grandmaster. Okay. 102. Charcoal is... I don't even understand. Look at all the wood we've got nearby. It just seems to take... It takes too much. I don't know. I can't get my head around that. There we go. So we just about managed to last. So on the assumption I don't build any more houses, and which I am going to do because I'm going to start replacing them, we are going to be okay. So it'd be silly to build farms here. What's their range? Their range isn't too bad. Ooh, that's a big dragon. He's gonna cause some issues. More than likely. Let's watch. I have a feeling he's gonna breathe fire, because he's a big one. Let's see. He will destroy anything that he lands on if he gets killed, that's for sure. Oh, he's leaving. Are we going to get that bonus for scaring the dragon away? I think we will. No? Oh, well, that's a shame. I'm pretty sure I saw it. Okay, so this land would be perfect for farming. I'm thinking if we put some... How high are them? They are that high, I think. Yeah. So if we just double check. So that one covers most of the land here. So does that one. That one doesn't quite. And that one will, if we check. Just trying to think where we would actually put anything in if we were going to do it. This is a good little section here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, and then here. So we might need a couple of towers there as well. It's a bit risky, but the land is quite fertile here, so it'd be silly not to use it. I mean, this is fairly good as well. It's quite a lot of desert though. Yeah, we've got food. We're almost at the point of harvesting again. I think I'm not going to panic straight away. I'm going to work on my walls. So as long as I've got some kind of spare people to build the walls, which I think I currently have. Is anyone working on these? That will answer the question. The hospital is built. It doesn't look like... I can hear hammering, but I don't think it's being done right. So I need to free up some workers. So are we getting enough tools out there? Not really anyway. So let's turn off the toolsmith. Oh, is it called a toolsmith? Am I making it up? A blacksmith. And let's also turn off the iron mine. I would like to see some data on how much... I know it's a 10% bonus, but is it really worth having them? Does it really make that much of a difference? 10% over several buildings would make a sizable difference, but I don't think in such a small area it will. So let's see, are these guys doing anything now? Okay, someone's standing there. There we go. There. That's all we needed. We need to free some people up. So we definitely need more people. Otherwise things are not going to happen. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Everything is coming together nicely. And fingers crossed, we should be able to defend ourselves a little bit better. What I'm going to do is, between now and the next episode, depending on what comments are left, I'm probably going to replace these houses with mansions and... oh, I forgot its name. It's gone. Cottages. So that's going to give us probably about another 10-15 people, give or take, which is going to require me to do some more food, potentially, because it's starting to lift up again. But I want to get that done, so in the next episode we've got the people that we need, and we're going to build the wall all the way around and start defending it. And at least for those of you that have not watched the last 30 or 40 episodes that I've done, and you've just picked up on the last episode, then you're going to see how some of the things work. But it's the game is beautifully simple. That's what I love about it. It's simple, but it's difficult in its own little way. It's not like insanely challenging, but it has enough of a challenge to make you want to play it. I mean, hell, I've done how many episodes? In fact, I need to check out how many hours I've invested into the game. That'd be quite interesting in itself. But I can still play it and find amusement in it. And that's the main thing. A game like that can draw you back is a wonderful thing, that's for sure. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave this episode right here. So until next time, as always, take care.